Hello, students, and also a teacher. Wanted to present about myself introduction, so talk a little bit about myself, interests in the field of exercise physiology, career interests, etc. So this is a photo that's meaningful to me. In the photo, it's me and my Peace Corps volunteer mates or other volunteers. This was before we were dispatched to our site. A little bit about Peace Corps. Peace Corps is a federal agency founded by former President Kennedy as a way to promote international development, to positively affect foreign peoples, respective Americans, and also to improve our understanding of different cultures and foreigners abroad. And it does that through international development in terms of instead of delivering things like medical supplies or perishables, what Peace Corps does is provide trained personnel that educate and help develop a project in a grassroots area. Um, and that project is determined by the community itself in cooperation with the Peace Corps volunteers. So basically, we Peace Corps volunteers support international or international development projects that nation um, has determined that they want to do, and they want trained personnel from America to assist with. So this is kind of still pretty important to me. Service has always been a pretty integral part of my, I would say not just my upbringing, but also my education. I went to Berea College that focused a lot on service. Um, it's really big into Habitat for Humanity during college, which kind of helped me get into Peace Corps as well. And one of the goals of Peace Corps, which is still meaningful to me today, as it is something that affects or has influenced me to create projects in America related to the third goal, which is to improve our understanding of other cultures as a way to help us develop into a better and more advanced community or society or nation, whichever you want to choose. For that, what I do is I help disseminate information about Chinese medicine, which is also what something I studied for my master's in China for. So, in addition to Peace Corps service, career interests. Now, these are basically a list of three different themes related to my career interests, and I will choose careers based on whether they fulfill one or multiple of these themes, typically speaking. So one of those is service. I think service is not a very humbling experience that helps an individual become a cohesive part of society, and if anything, I think it should be a required part of any primary education. But aside from that, I would like to do service now more of education in education in terms like in academia. It doesn't have to be in the setting of academia, but I believe it's an essential service that helps us all grow into the best person that we can be for ourselves and for others. Also, research. So, a thing of research related to anything related to exercise physiology and rehabilitation. So, whether it's physical therapy or it's intensive cardiac rehabilitation, or even something like designing wellness programs for law enforcement or your local gym. So any of those are related, but I'm primarily an interest in the research side of that as I find the endeavor of discovery and um, the endeavor to discover something new or to test current ideas to be a more exciting path. For literature, um, as I discovered in my first year at college with discussions with my academic advisor that English is probably not the best major to create a foundation for future careers. And so I picked up exercise science as that was something that I was exposed to. I was in lots of sports and enjoyed exercise and also enjoyed science, particularly physics. So field like biomechanics was an immediate pull for me. But I do write, and it's become more of a hobby of writing essays, poetry, and fiction. But in general, I do enjoy writing, even if it's writing emails or helping to write scientific clinical protocols for a research study. So exercise therapy role. So this is kind of the main reason why I have chosen this major. So I'm majoring in exercise physiology and pursuing a PhD as it would open windows for me, or windows, open doors for me, and to have more of an autonomy and also be able to work with more companies. It just broadens my horizons in terms of investigating exercise therapy, neurological disorders, and rare diseases. And so, if I had to choose a research topic today, I would most likely choose how exercise therapy, in combination with a Chinese medicine modality, be it probably acupuncture, and also a decoction called W1D1, um, and how that can be effective or more effective for regulating angiogenesis, or how it regulates angiogenesis specifically for disorders like blood disorders or rare diseases that are affected by angiogenic disorders. So, for example, hereditary hemorrhagic telangiectasia, which is um, a rare disease that I'm interested in. And also, this disease, unfortunately, um, increases a person's level of exercise intolerance. And so, definitely investigating the therapy's role that can play in a person who has a high degree of exercise intolerance due to the rare disease, and how that can improve their quality of life or ability to complete activities of daily living. So experience I've had doing professional presentations, done a number of academic conference presentations of research, whether my own or someone that I worked with or for, mostly for. Worked as a research assistant in college, so helped a lot of my professors teach, or not teach, create their presentation stuff, and also help them present at times, especially if it was a somewhat of a joint effort. And of course, a lot of my professors, I was very lucky to have professors who wanted and promoted student or research assistants' role in their research and as a way of trying to prepare them for future leadership. So I was very fortunate to have that opportunity. So lots of miscellaneous class and group presentations about my Peace Corps experience or things or topics related to Chinese culture or politics. I've also done research conference. So these are conferences for like privately sponsored research, but not within the academia world. Done a number of those. I think it was last year. Yeah, last year I did a presentation about sustainability in clinical trials for a conference sponsored by Florida, which is a pretty big software platform for clinical research. So drawing that to a close, things I may expect from this course, I expect to increase my knowledge and ability to prescribe exercise for general people, as well as special populations. And so that's my main goal for this course is to become more skilled at prescribing exercise or designing exercise programs, as well as evaluating them as well. Thank you for listening. I look forward to listening to others' presentations. Thank you.